Yeah, what's going on, guys? It is JD here, back with another episode of the I Rate Your Squad series. On to episode number 23 already, which is mad considering we do like 2 of these a week. So we've been doing this for quite a number of weeks at this point. And again, the support you guys are showing is insane. This is a tweet we are going from today. It has got 158 replies to it, and we've actually got 13 to get through today, because one of them is a little bonus, so make sure you stay towards the end of the video to see what that's going to be. There is going to be another tweet coming out tomorrow. You guys are watching this on Sunday, if you are watching this on Sunday when it drops, and there will be a new tweet going out tomorrow on Monday, so make sure you subscribe to that? No, it's a tweet. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, JD_crossover right here, and then make sure you go ahead and reply to the tweet that I'm going to put out. Doesn't matter about being first. It's not done on a first come first serve basis. It is just done when I go to record. I just go through, pick out some interesting teams, pick out the teams that I think need the most work, and that is how it is done. All right, before we jump into it, of course, a massive shout out to the MVPs and the GOATs of the channel. For the MVPs, we have got Heisenberg, Panda, Amru, Todd, John, Harry, Dr. K, Will, Harko, Patrick Cole, Joaquin, Safe, Bog, and Aiden. And then we've got the 10 GOATs. We have got Ice Cream, Jason, Eric, Cody Z, Spooky Caleb, Chris, Omar, and Rohan as well. You guys are insane. Thank you so much for the support, and if anybody else wants to get involved, help support the channel, then go ahead and click that join button down below. If not, top line of the description, click on that, and it will show you how it is done. Alright, well, let's go ahead and jump into it today. So, first up, we've got the JC fan page, looking to improve backup power forward and centre, and I have 50,000 MT to work with. So, Western Cell, George Gervin, Jeff Green, AK, Mars Turner. So, a lot of your MT is locked away in this Andrei Kirilenko card right here. So, I'm probably going to recommend selling him, because right now on PS4 he's about 80,000 MT. So, I would say sell him, because, like I said, that's the majority of your MT is already in this card. Sell him, get Eddie Curry for the starting centre role, and then move Mars Turner down to the bench, and then that's your centre position pretty much sorted, because Eddie Curry is so damn good. For the power forward position, you can just run Danny Manning at the start. Honestly, I think Danny Manning is fantastic. I really, really do rate him. But you're going to have about 100,000 MT to play with when you've sold AK, a little bit more than 100,000 MT. I would say sell George Gervin as well. Get rid of him, because again, just not a good vibe. Right now, with the Triple Threat Online mystery pack event thingy that's going on, Steven Jackson is so cheap, and he's 6'8", and he's fantastic. About 30,000 MT, I believe. So get yourself Steven Jackson in here at the starting shooting guard position. And then you can go ahead and pick up the new Onyeka Okongwu from the next set, who really isn't too expensive either. I think it's like 40 to 45,000 MT. And again, that is so damn cheap. He does have that Paul Pierce release, but if you look past that, he is exceptional. So get Steven Jackson and Okongwu and Eddie Curry. Really, really cheap additions to this squad. And it will just take it to that next level. Off the bench, a little bit small here with Dwayne Wade and Joe Caldwell, and two very, very similar players. So I'd probably recommend switching out Steven Jackson to Joe Caldwell. So Joe Caldwell start with Wes Unseld, and then Dwayne Wade and Steven Jackson, just so they kind of balance each other out. And then you've got the peak shooting with Joe Caldwell in the starters, and then with Dwayne Wade on the bench. That would be my idea for that one. But a solid little team to begin with. We'll give that one a 7.5 out of 10, because it is nice and solid. Next up, we have got Cole, who says, I run the Hawks 2018 freelance. I'm looking for a new playbook. Interesting. I'm going for AD and D Wade, and once I'm done, I'll have about 2.3 to 3 million MT. Very specific. For a point guard, backup small forward, and centre. So, new playbook. I think the Hawks 2018 freelance is absolutely fine, to be fair. I don't think there's any really need to change a playbook for that. I mean, that freelance is in every playbook anyway, so it's absolutely fine. If you want a couple of money plays, then the 2013 Heat playbook is there. If you want some more 5-out plays, then you've got the Bucks playbook. Of course, if you come up against a lot of off-ballers, use the Nets playbook for the quick through SCS. So you're going to be balling out with a significant amount of MT right here. Centre, backup point guard, and small forward. And I would say starting point guard as well definitely needs to be updated. Same with Paul Pierce as well, a little bit maybe. And maybe Kevin McHale. If you've got that much MT, you can afford to ball out. So at the 1, I would say go for pink diamond point guard Giannis. And then at the backup 1, I would say get the RJ Hampton from the next set. There's your point guards absolutely set and sorted. Backup small forward, go ahead and you can spend a little bit down here. So I'm going to say someone like a Michael Porter Jr. can come in as a very, very strong player. And then at the centre position, You can really ball out and get James Wiseman, or you could go for Joel Embiid. Both of those guys are fantastic. And you could even buy both and then get rid of Marc Gasol. That could work. So start Wiseman and then have Embiid off the bench. It's completely up to you. But of course, you're going to have AD fitting in here somewhere as well. Dwayne Wade is going to be coming in here as well somewhere. Oh, I don't even know. You're going to have a lot of options. But I would say when Dwayne Wade comes in, just get rid of Paul Pierce. Have Giannis and then Dwayne Wade. And you'll be set. And then, get rid of Mikal and bring in AD. But very nice team. I won't give that a rating just now because obviously you've got a couple of holes in the squad. But if you make those additions, it's going to get a very, very high rating indeed. Next up, we have got Bakker, who says, I feel like I have too many forwards with basically 0 MT. Tell me you don't know what should I do. Love it. So we've got Pete Maravich, Michael Redd, PG, Dino Radja, Marc Gasol. So a lot of pink diamonds out here. And off the bench, Jeff Green, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Mike Bibby, Kyle Korver, Scalabrine, Ralph Sampson, and Greg Oden. Okay, so players who you should sell straight away. Greg Oden, Ralph Sampson, LeBron, Dino Radja as well. So keep Scalabrine for your backup small forward. Jeff Green can be your starting power forward because he's fantastic. These guys, Mike Bibby, Steph, and Kyle Korver, all pretty much useless, so I'd say get rid of them all. At the backup one, I'm going to say bring in Wes Unseld and make him your starting point guard because Wes Unseld is reasonably cheap right now, so you should be able to afford him. So start Wes Unseld, Pete Maravich off the bench. At the backup two, if you can afford, like I said, a Galaxy Opal Steven Jackson because he is really, really cheap right now, I would say then start Steven Jackson and bring Michael Redd off the bench. And then, you've got Paul George here. You have Jeff Green right here. And then off the bench, you're going to have Scalabrine at the 3. Get Darius Miles for the backup 4. Nice and cheap, easy as you like. And then, I was going to say, if you can afford an Eddie Curry, but I don't think you'll be able to. Depends how much all these guys sell for. If you can't afford an Eddie Curry, just get yourself like a Joe Chi. If you're really struggling on budget, just get yourself Joe Chi. But there we go. That's quite a lot that he's doing to this squad, but hopefully that goes ahead and helps you out just a little bit. So that squad right there, I'm going to have to give that a 6 out of 10, because, not quite elite. Next up, we have got Austin, and he has actually come in with an updated squad right here. So, update, I was able to snipe a Wade for cheap, and picked up Shaq. Interesting, so he's now running that dynamic duo. Pink Diamond Walton, or Point Guard Walton, is amazing, and so is Danny Manning. I agree on Danny Manning. And now one game away from Marc Gasol. Okay, so we've got Wes Unseld, we've got the Dwayne Wade and Shaq Galaxy Opal Dynamic Duo. LeBron, Eddie Curry at the 4, which is an interesting shout. Bill Walton, Joe Caldwell, Danny Manning, Kevin McHale, and then Nerlens Noel, which he will be putting in Marc Gasol in his place. So, I know people say they like this Bill Walton card, but if I come up against someone who has Bill Walton, I am happy. Because he has a 73-pointer. He doesn't have range. He is a bit of a liability. Yes, he's good at driving, but I know he's good at driving, so I'm just going to camp in the paint if he's there. I'm going to give him that Ben Simmons treatment, where I'm just, as in like Ben Simmons in real life, not in 2K, that Ben Simmons in real life treatment where you just leave him like 10 foot of space, and it's like, shoot if you want, but you ain't going to make it. So, Bill Walton, I'd probably say not the best idea to have him there, but if you really like him, you got Joe Caldwell for the offensive end, then that's absolutely fine. Marc Gasol coming in here. I would say Jeff Green is probably an improvement over LeBron, in my opinion. And then Eddie Curry at the 4. I don't think that's his best position. I think he is a lot more suited to the 5. So if you sell him, bring in the Onyeka Okongwu card. I think that's going to be a really, really solid little lineup right there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what he had. Yeah, as he says, he liked to peekaboo with Wade Caldwell as expected. But a very nice team. That dynamic duo is one of the better duos out there. Let's not get that twisted. It is quite expensive, but like you said, if you manage to snipe one, then that's a dub. That's a big dub. All right, we'll give that one an 7. No, we'll go for an 8 out of 10 on that one. We'll go for an 8. Next up, we have got Kenka, who says, "Hey JD, I think my team is good, but I need a better backup point guard." Well, I'll be the judge of that. That's what this series is for. Let's have a look. JR Swish, Jimmy Buckets, Larry Bird, AK, and Embiid. Dick Barnett, Paul Pierce, Siakam, Kevin McHale, and Marc Gasol. So yes, it is a good team, but it can be made better. So, the point guard is definitely the glaring issue in this team. You got 94,000 MT to play with. If you can get a little bit more MT, I would say get yourself the RJ Hampton from the next set, because he is so good. JL Smith at the 1, I would probably say sell him, because I really don't think he is anything special, and I would say start RJ at the 1, and then just get Wes Unseld for the backup 1. So RJ Hampton here, Wes Unseld down here. I think that's a much better trio, or duo, sorry, than those right there. And then with your MT, I don't think there's much else you can do. Embiid is still one of the best centres in the game. Larry Bird, obviously one of the best small forwards in the game. It's a very, very strong team. We will give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Cole, who says, "Hey JD, I like to rim run and kick out. I play a lot of TTO. I have a budget of 25,000 MT, and I'm willing to sell anyone. Let me know any upgrades you would recommend. Thanks." Well, let's have a look. We've got Draymond Green, Eddie Jones, Shane Battier, Danny Manning, Eddie Curry, and off the bench, Derek Fisher and the Robert Horry dynamic duo, Galaxy Opals, Devin Booker, LeBron, and then the OG Shaq that has been around for quite some time. Okay, so a lot of your MT is away in Draymond Green right here. Sell Draymond Green, sell Eddie Jones as well, in my opinion, because all of your MT is in these two cards right here. So get those two cards gone, and then you can redistribute that MT throughout the rest of the team. Bring in Steven Jackson, like I said, 30,000 MT Galaxy Opal, so good, so cheap. Make sure you get him while he is that damn cheap. And then at the 1, again, it's going to be a Western Cell type job, because he's just so good. If you really like this Derek Fisher, Robert Horry duo, I guess you could start those, but Derek Fisher is still quite undersized, so I probably wouldn't recommend doing so. And then backup center, yeah, that definitely needs an upgrade. So a Pink Diamond Miles Turner, David Robinson, Amethyst Joe Chi, if you don't want to spend too much down there, get any of those guys in. Shane Battier, also not the best. Pink Diamond Darius Miles, Pink Diamond Jeff Green, one of those two guys, bring them in and replace Shane Battier. Devin Booker, also not good. For a Galaxy Opal, he is really, really bad, if anything. So you definitely need to upgrade that shooting guard role there, and you can get yourself Pink Diamond Joe Caldwell for like under 10,000 MT. Such a good price. And yeah, he will make that position a lot stronger. So we will go for... It's not the strongest team. I'll go with a 5 out of 10 for that one. I feel bad, but it is what it is. Next up, we have got Jasper, who says photos a couple of days old. So I have Dean Wade and Taco Evo'd, okay. And as well, I have 30,000 MT. Use a Miami 13 playbook with a Bucks Raps playbook as well. Willing to improve anyway. So you've got the RJ, which is fantastic. Dwayne Wade, Kevin Porter Jr., Dean Wade, Taco, Evo'd. And then Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, dynamic duo again. Cam Reddish, LaFonso Ellis, and Bill Walton. So Kevin Porter Jr., very, very undersized for the small forward position, especially playing alongside Dwayne Wade and Dean Wade. Like, these three here are very, very thin. Very, very short. So Kevin Porter Jr., at this point in the game, is a great card, but I'd probably say go ahead and improve him. With 30,000 MT, it's a Pink Diamond Jeff Green or Darius Miles type situation. Both of those guys can come in and do a much better job, realistically. And then if you're happy with Bill Walton, then keep him. But if not, sell him and bring in Eddie Curry, because you should be just about able to afford him after selling Bill Walton and then getting a little bit more MT into the club. I would also suggest selling off Taco Fall, because I don't think he's that good. I really don't. Even Evo'd, if you have him Evo'd and you sell him, you're going to get quite a lot of MT for doing so. So yeah, Evo him. You've already done that. Sell him, get the MT in, bring Eddie Curry as a replacement, and then I'll probably say sell Dean Wade as well, and then bring in, if you can afford him, get Siakam, because I think you're going to have a lot of MT out here, to be fair. And then, yeah, really start balling out. I'll give that one an 7 out of 10. So I think that's a solid little team. Next up, we've got Colin, who says, I have 80,000 MT at the moment. Any improvements or adjustments appreciated. Love the vids. Keep it the grind. Colin, thank you so damn much, bro. We have got Dwayne Wade. We have got, the Dwayne Wade duo with Chris Bosh. So then we've got Eddie Jones, AK, Paul George. Off the bench, John Wall, Daquan Cook, Danny Manning, the OG Giannis, Joe Chi, down there as well. So OG Giannis, very, very outdated at this point in the game. There's Ruby cards with more Hall of Fame badges than that Giannis card, which is sad because it is Giannis and he is so good. But yeah, he gotta go. He gotta go. So get rid of Giannis and bring Danny Manning to the 4, and then bring in Jeff Green or Darius Miles again at the 3. Eddie Jones, sell him, straight swap for Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson is maybe marginally worse in terms of his release, but he is 2 inches taller, which does make a difference, and you are going to save quite a bit of MT, so that's a big W. Flash Andrei Kirilenko is still fantastic. Paul George, again, is a very, very good card, but is he a little bit overpriced for what he is? I would say yes, so again, I would sell him and then bring in one of those 2 pink diamonds that I recommended earlier. Whichever one you use on the bench, use the other one in your starting lineup, or just get Danny Manning into the starting lineup because he's fantastic. Off the bench, John Wall, he just doesn't hit it. He just doesn't hit right. He just don't hit right. So I would say John Wall, gotta go. And then you already know who I'm going to recommend. It's Wes Unsold. Bring that boy in. He's fantastic. If you can scrape together the MT, then go ahead and buy RJ Hampton and then move Dwayne Wade. Oh, no, you can't move Dwayne Wade down to the bench because you've got the dynamic duo. And then have RJ Hampton off the bench, and that's a big bench scoring right there. But a nice little team. We will give that one a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we've got Ricardo looking for a better point guard and small forward and centre. I packed Tracy McGrady yesterday. What a dub. From TTO pack as well. God damn. God damn. All right, so he's rocking the new Anthony Edwards from the next set, which is very, very cool. We've got Anthony Edwards, Glenn Rice, Larry Bird, Ken McHale, Hakeem, and off the bench, James Harden, T-Mac off the bench, Lamar Odom, Mel Daniels, and Mark Gasol. So a lot of your MT is in that Tracy McGrady card. So I would probably sell that Tracy McGrady card. You've got Glenn Rice, very, very similar type of cards. So sell Tracy McGrady because that will give you a lot of MT to play with. At the backup 2, then you can just bring in a Jimmy Butler or a Steven Jackson, like I said, just because he's such good value right now. And then the backup 4, that does need some work. So bring in Opal Spicy P for that position. And then you should still have a little bit of MT to play with. And I would say bring in Joel Embiid for the center position, get rid of Marc Gasol, and then start Embiid over Hakeem. That would be my advice. And that sorts out your point guard and your center positions. And then as for the small forward, I think you're pretty much set, bro. Larry Bird and Lamar Odom, absolutely fantastic. That's a great, great team. We'll give that one a 9 out of 10. Next up, it is Lamp Kakaraza, I think. Hey JD, I'm no money spent and I like to pick and pop and pick and roll. Love the vids and the streams. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that big time, bro. Not sure who to sell out of Jeff Green or Danny Manning. I have about 8,000 MT to spend. And sadly, Lonzo is locked, but he's pretty much my favourite player and I love his defense. Thanks. And a little donut right there as well. You love to see it. Out of Danny Manning and Jeff Green, I think Danny Manning's probably the worst player out of the two, but they are fantastic. And realistically, I would say sell Chris Webber and just use Danny Manning there. I think Danny Manning is that guy. He is that good. So sell Chris Webber, get a bit more MT into your club, and then keep Danny Manning. Lonzo Ball, Cam Reddish, Siakam, out of position, AK, Taco Fall. Again, Evo, Taco Fall, I'm going to say sell, and then just start Eddie Curry, because I think Eddie Curry is the guy. And then that gives you plenty of MT to roll with for the backup point guard position. And I would say RJ Hampton again. If you can afford him, which I think you can, get RJ in this squad and then move Lonzo down to the bench. RJ is just so good and he's so much fun as well. And at this point in the game, it's all about having fun. So yeah, try and get RJ into this squad if you can. Sell Taco. You'll get a lot of MT back and you'll be able to have fun and use that on other players. But not a bad team at all. AK Siakam, very, very strong. Obviously, Eddie Curry, Jeff Green, very, very strong. We'll give that one a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have got Wolf Haley. I do drive and kick all game. I'm going to upgrade the D-Lo to the Opal. I'm looking for a better backup shooting guard and centre. I have Taco Evoed, and I have about 300k, but I'm getting the D-Lo. So, Draymond Green, Eddie Jones, Jeff Green, Amare, Evo, Taco Fall, D-Lo, Trace McGrady, Larry Johnson, Dave Cowens, and L.A. I would advise against D'Angelo Russell because he's very, very overpriced for what he is. He is really, really bad value. People are paying for the name of D'Angelo Russell and the card itself isn't that good, so I would strongly recommend against it. But if he is your favourite player, like I imagine he is, if you've already using the pink diamond one, then that is absolutely fair enough. And like I said, the game is about having fun. If he's your favourite player, then just have fun with it. Again, I'm going to say just swap out Eddie Jones for Steven Jackson, save a bit of MT there, because why not? RJ Hampton again at the 1, I'm going to say is a much better improvement over Draymond Green, especially offensively. So get RJ in there. Backup center, yes, definitely needs to be upgraded. And you already know who I'm going to say. It's going to be Eddie Curry. He's going to be your guy. LA is good, so I'd probably say move LA to the 4 and then use Eddie Curry at the 5. And that's a lot more height as well over Dave Cowens, which is a big dub. And then Larry Johnson, just bring in Pink Diamond Darius Miles for him. Pretty much a straight swap. And Darius Miles is the better card out of the two of them. Very, very nice team. We'll give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Ben. Oh my goodness me. What even is this? So this is the post-PG debacle. I'd rather have him than Rashad, but this is where we're at right now. Open to any ideas. My Magic is selling right now, which is mad. As always, run the Bucks playbook. So he's got the Lamelo Ball. In my opinion, the best point guard in the game. I am so jealous. Then we've got Kawhi, Jonathan Isaac at the 3, Andrei Kirilenko, and then Kareem, and then off the bench, Anthony Edwards, KD, Rashad, Larry Bird, James Wiseman. Like, this team is just on a different level. And he's got the GOAT MJ just propping up the squad right here in that 13th man spot. I mean, that is incredible. If you're selling Magic, Ben, then I would strongly recommend selling the MJ as well, because there's no point in having, like 3 million MT locked away in him. So if you're selling Magic, sell MJ as well. That would be my advice on that one. But other than that, bro, what can you do? It's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10, and that is just disgusting. That brings us on to the final one today. Not much improvement to be made, but can use some help. And it's a 98 rated Pink Diamond Center me. So, Alex, I appreciate that, bro. That definitely made me laugh when I saw that. The improvement could be making an Opal. You know, that could be an Opal. I don't know why you settled for a 98, but he could be an Opal. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. As usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.